the host has another meeting
Yep.
I know.
in
I know.
progress, but but then it eventually clicked me on, so.
And
Well,
I went to two different meetings, and I got in with Sharon and Juanita. Where'd Sharon go? We lost Sharon.
I just texted her.
Okay.
okay, good. And then what's her name?
And Idris.
Idris, yeah. Okay, so we'll just wait a few more minutes so we can
Yeah,
get.
I was putting everybody's name in the comment. I was like SOSing.
I was trying to answer you. I couldn't figure out where you had posted. I was looking at the buddies, but
Well, and this has been ongoing every week, you know, I can't
And
find
it's always
the thing.
me.
Yeah, and it's always, so then the last thing was, okay, and especially you, Michelle, you know,
I know.
and then I don't know what happened. I did it right, but I guess I
So
have to accept.
today I'm thinking, like, I got on and I go, oh, it's right there. Oh my God, this is going to be so easy. And then I go to do it and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I can't get on.
I think I think what happened when I first got onto my, you know, from Zoom, it said there's an update, and I didn't do the update. I said, you know, later, I'll do that later. But I don't know, maybe they, whatever. I'll get it fixed for next week. That's for sure. Okay.
do you all save it to your like Google Calendar so you never have to look for the link again?
You can do that.
No.
It really works well. No, I've taught a few people on here how to do
Know
that.
where
It
my
makes your
Google
life much
Calendar
easier.
is.
Ah,
Very
it's right in Google. It's right in Google, upper right hand corner with the little dots. It's there. It's
Oh my
brilliant,
goodness.
brilliant. It'll
It's
save
good.
you hours of
Yeah,
work.
yeah. You just go right into your calendar. Smart move. Very smart.
Hmm.
Okay, so Margie just
Call
joined
me.
us.
I'll show you.
Okay, Margie, we've been waiting for you.
I've been waiting for you
In another room, right? You in another room.
in no other room. I even went to the one that you started last July.
You know, I
Wow.
was just telling everybody that it said to update the Zoom, but I didn't want to do that today until after this. And then maybe I should have updated. Where are you going, Joellen?
I'm a full-time caregiver. I'm about to handle a care.
I understand. Give them our love, please.
Yes.
All right, so we'll get started when Joellen gets back, but I figured there's no more Mr. Nice Guy here.
Jackie, I can hear you. I have my headset on and I can walk all around the room. I just can't see you.
Okay, sounds fair enough. And we've you know, we've got a lot happening in our lives, but on this hour, we're going to focus on what we need to accomplish. On this hour, we're going to talk about what's going on, what's the problem we're having, or what are the successes that we're doing. It's like, I'm really proud today because I made those chocolate muffins for my granddaughter, but didn't eat them. Usually it's I didn't eat them all, but this time I didn't eat them, And the thing is, I want people that are on phase 2 to join us as well. Because even when you're on phase 2, you can lose weight. Phase 1 is boot camp. We're going to kick ass and take names. We are going to get this weight off. And like I said from the very beginning, even before I wrote the book, do you want to take a year to lose 20 pounds? Or do you want to lose it in 2 to 3 months? So it's just about what you're going to do. When you go into phase 2, that is mostly food combining. And you want to keep it low glycemic as much as possible, but that doesn't mean you can't, have like pineapple or watermelon. You can't have certain things like the healthy muffins or whatever. You have to know how to food combine so that you're not messing up your digestion. And people that have poor digestion or are overweight, I remember I used to put people in the 80s on food combining, and they lost a lot of weight just doing that. We didn't know about the glycemic index then. But when this information came to me via input from Divine, it was because I was horrified with how much weight I had put on. from stress, dead husband, wild child, you name it. And it went crazy trying to build a business, the whole thing. And I didn't have time to really look at what I was doing. I knew how to eat healthy. I knew about food combining, but the problem is the stress and the things I had to go through. Sometimes I couldn't eat. Sound familiar, Juanita? So, yep, I know. So, I noticed just those things when you come out of the fog and then you look at yourself. No, this isn't good. I don't like this. I don't like what I'm looking at. And really, I don't like the fact that I can't fit into my clothes, or when I do, I'm moving around trying to adjust them. And it just, I want to, self-esteem is, of course, how you feel about yourself as a person. Am I a good person? Do I like to give? Do I like to help? Yes. Do I want to feel good with myself? So I like, when I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, it's not bad, that's okay, we're rocking. I don't care if I'm 90 to 100 years old. I still want to feel good about myself, and I want to feel like I look healthy, that I look like I put time and energy into my life. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of an ego. There's nothing, in fact, people that do have egos, they're more successful if they use it in the right way. And to have a little vanity, there's nothing wrong with having vanity. You don't want to, yes, Juanita, there's nothing wrong with a little vanity. It's not, you're not supposed to be obnoxious about it, but to want to look good or fix your hair. Look at your hair. You did a nice job today. That's good, Juanita. Very pretty. And Michelle, I don't know. I kind of like yours.
I don't like it.
You want it more off?
I want like all this stuff so that I can't hold that ponytail.
Yeah. Okay. So then you need height. You need to tweak it. Right. Okay. So see, you look in the mirror and you look at that. Now, same thing. I just saw that picture of you over the holidays in that blue dress.
Oh yeah, that was a couple years ago.
Dude, that was hot. That was really nice. And
I could probably do that again because I had one of those suck it all in things on. I think if it, if I sucked it all, like if it flattened it all out, I think I could probably, that dress probably fits.
Okay, but that's my point. Eventually you want to get into that dress and not do any of that.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so that's the goal.
I'm feeling very fat, I will tell you.
Well,
I didn't really want to say that out loud, but I kind of got to.
It's good if you said it out loud because, what? I mean, this is why we're doing this. Say it, let it out. I don't care what's bothering you. I don't care, everybody's bothered about everything that's happening in this world today. But what's happening with ourselves is why we devote an hour a week on Tuesday to get ourselves on track and to do things that is going to put us in the right place so that by, March, when spring starts coming up, we're rocking and rolling. We're so much better than we are today. It's all about health too. So
I feel like I'm a little bit plateauing.
Okay, so that means we've got to really, step it up.
I did walk today in like and our temperatures were like, it was like the low teens today.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was -6 over here.
It was what? Yeah, well, and I'm right near you, so maybe that's what it was. I don't know. I didn't know.
It was cold over here too. It was 65.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
No, but I dressed warm. The only thing you could see was my eyes, and I walked.
Hey, but you walked.
I did.
And that's the difference.
There were 2 days that were icy and I couldn't, and it really bothered me.
Okay, so we talked about at least the treadmill. We talked about the desk bike or walk. Okay, I know somebody said they go to the mall and walk the mall.
Oh, somebody had suggested that.
No.
I get the hives when I go to a mall.
Yeah.
I hate malls.
Yeah, and you lose a lot of money. So the thing, who's 361? That's not, who is that? 360. Area code 360.
Isn't that Connecticut? No,
That's-
no,
that's-
360, isn't that California somewhere?
No. Who joined us
Area?
on area code 360?
Anita Peterson.
Who?
Anita Peterson.
Oh, hi, Anita. Are you new with us?
Hi. I was with you when you first started, and then I've been away a long time.
Okay, and what brought you back, Anita?
That.
You got fat? Is that what you said?
Yep, that's what she said.
Yep.
Okay, you're with the right group. Just keep it short and sweet, okay?
Yep, got that?
Okay, so Margie, how's life? What's going on with you?
Good. I've been walking. I didn't walk today because it was so frigid and we had a little dusting of snow. So it wasn't dispersing, so I swept it. So I was out there twice sweeping snow for as long as I felt I could be out there.
Yeah, until
I
you.
got exercise. It just wasn't the same, but I,
Oh, it gets dangerous if it's too cold. It's too
Yeah.
much, you know, and that's where, you know, as long as you're active, if you
Right.
cannot walk and you're in a situation like that, then decide it's time to clean your garage or it's time to get into the closet and
Yeah.
get active. You have to move around, do whatever you have to do.
I would have walked except that the driveway needed to be done. So,
Well, that's exercise right there.
yeah.
Anita, have you, do you have our book in the workbook?
It's supposed to arrive in my mail several days ago, and it still hasn't. But
Okay.
they have till 9 o'clock tonight to deliver it.
Okay, oh, she's got more. All right, and Juanita, is your dog still fat? Or are you walking?
My dog's still fat. I walked once, got lost, but I made it home without using my phone to get me home.
Well,
But
there-
then it turned
Taking a
cold and
long
I
walk.
couldn't walk.
there is a God.
There is.
Okay, so the goals that we have set, we have to keep our eye on the ball, and that's spring. Okay, yes, okay, we had the holidays, there's some glitches there. Now we've got the real cold weather or, you know, rain. In my case, it was raining a lot and now it's not. It's nice and sunny, but it's going to be coming back. But it's no excuse. If you cannot walk, you have to find something else to do. Unless you're like Joellen. Joellen is doing caretaking now, caregiving. That takes a lot, but it's also a good idea, Joellen, to somehow you need physical escape, you know, exercise.
Oh, I do. I get outside. I was outside today at -6 with just a vest on
Oh.
over my t-shirt and sweater. That's what I realized. I really need to lose weight because I have so much fat on me. I'm warm. Normally I'm cold when I'm at my ideal weight.
Good Lord, Mary. Okay, so yeah, but you know, sometimes that's true. You find out that your temperatures change because you lose the weight.
Oh, stop.
Juanita,
I stopped it. I'm sorry.
security. Okay, so everybody knows, Anita, even you probably know because you've done this before, but everybody knows to wake up in the morning and your feet hit the ground, you go to the kitchen, what's the first thing you do?
Eat fruit.
There you go, thank you. You know that, Anita?
Yes.
Good girl. Margie knows that, I know. And Joellen, you've always preached that. And Juanita, what's the fruit you eat in the morning?
Well, I'm using frozen fruit, so I'm using, I don't know, berry blend and mangoes.
Okay, is there any fresh fruit in your life at all?
I've got grapes right now. I just refuse to pay. I don't mind buying something, but when it's rotten in the inside, I won't do that. I use frozen fruit.
Okay, I understand, but what about a good Fuji apple?
I don't like apples. I bought 2 this past week. It's a texture thing in my mouth. They're nasty, but I'm gonna
No, but the Fuji hard crispy, Gala crispy, they're sweet, they're crispy. That, are you talking about the mushy apples or what?
Gala is usually my apple of choice. I've just never liked apples.
Okay, so every day you're
Pear?
gonna. No, it's about the fiber. The harder to chew, the more you lose.
Right, so isn't a pear okay?
No, not really, unless you.
Why?
The
Around
Bos-
here, our pears are Bosque and they're very, very
Okay.
fibrous. They're not mushy and sweet. The Anjou and the Bartletts right now are like, you
Yeah,
crunch
mine-
them like an apple.
Okay,
Right,
So,
yeah, the Bosque are good, and if you can get them to where you're chewing them, they're not
Correct.
just
Oh, I'm
mushing in
chewing
your
it.
mouth.
Yes, they're true.
Okay. Did
We-
you like pears, Juanita? Juanita?
There must be Anita and a Juanita on here.
yeah.
Juanita, you're on mute, babe. She's yelling.
I talked her into buying apples, but I told her to buy pink ladies because right now pink ladies are really crisp,
Yeah.
crisper even than the Galas or the Fuji. And we go through 2 apples and 2 pears a day because Bob's still on Flush the Fat Face too, you know.
God bless them.
He has been how many years now? 5 years for him, 7
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Except I cheated and ate cookies. We won't talk about that.
Well,
But
you
I
were
talked
on
Juanita
X-
into buying apples, but the Honey Crisp for Texas, because where she's at in Texas, it's hot and things don't store well like they do here in the Northeast,
Yeah.
and that's a
So,
challenge.
I'm addicted to frozen cherries. So I get the nice big bag from Costco and I add them to whatever other fruit, the fresh that I'm eating. Like we have beautiful, they're very big Fuji organic apples. And just a half of that with some blueberries and then those cherries. I mean, that makes it for me. So, but that's something I look forward to. I want you guys to want to look forward, not to just go to the kitchen and say, oh yeah, no, now I have to eat my fruit. You know what it's like when you love your fruit and you want to eat it because you have to do that twice a day. Now, when you have your fruit, how many minutes does it take for that low glycemic fruit to digest?
20 minutes.
There you go. The thing is, a lot of people, somehow they get hung up on the fact that if they have to do fruit the second time in the day, oh, they don't think they have enough time. It's 20 minutes. You just have to wait 20 minutes. But it breaks things up. And it also, in the middle of the day, after you've had your protein, it helps to move the food through again. This is all, it's biochemistry and physiology. If you guys want to lose weight and you want to get it done, and you know, about the next 2 to 3 months, you want a good 20 off.
Mine
It
doesn't
can't-
seem to move through more than once a day.
Well, we might have to do, what do you mean? You only have one bowel movement?
Pretty much.
Okay, that's not good.
Occasionally I'll have more than one, but not.
Okay, outside of the fact
And
that,
even when I do, like today, I did a second thing of fruit. I had my latte, then I had my dinner. And I still haven't pooped again.
More juice.
and what about your enzymes?
Oh, I forgot that.
Mm. That's huge for me. Before I got on Flush the Fat, I had IBS
Yeah,
pretty badly, severely.
yeah,
Now I'm like half hour after I eat, gotta go.
boom. There we go. Sharon Young. How are your bowel movements, Sharon?
We're having poo talk tonight.
Hello, Sharon.
Good to see you guys. I thought I was having trouble getting on. Maybe I wasn't supposed to get on. I'm not
No,
God, trouble.
where everybody had trouble.
FOMO. She's got FOMO. You're-
I'm gonna make up a whole new thing and get it working somehow.
okay. 'Cause
But
I just spent 35 minutes trying to get on here, so it's like ridiculous.
and you joined at the best time of our conversation.
We're in
see
the
that.
toilet.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, they're great. They're actually good. They're good.
Okay,
better
and
than-
Michelle, we talked about this last week. You have to do your enzymes.
Oh,
You
yeah,
have to do your probiotics.
I don't do enzymes good either.
Yeah, well, but you're somehow, because your metabolism, there's 17 different types of metabolic structure. So, but with Michelle, your colon is sluggish. It's not moving through. That's why you're feeling a plateau. So maybe we need to do 3 bowls of fruit.
Ugh.
Well,
More enzymes.
It's not-
I
it's not
doubled,
that
I doubled my enzymes and that helped. The cost of fruit right now, from when I bought it a year ago to today, is double in price up here
Yeah,
in the Northeast.
inflation's
Double.
out of control. So,
Double.
but it's all about the enzymes for you because it's slower with your body digesting and absorbing. Then the elimination takes place. It's slower. And that's a big problem because we have to move through. We've got to get your bowels working. Now, with Sharon's bowels are like, bada bing, bada bang, they go. But is Sharon eating her fruit in the morning?
Yes,
Is Sharon eating her fruit in the afternoon?
no.
Mm.
Yeah, we all have problems here.
I
That's
don't-
what, so,
Uh,
I'm kicking everybody's butt here because in 2 to 3 months, we want 20 pounds off. Now, women can lose from 2 to 3 pounds a week of adipose tissue and men can do 4 to 5. But we don't have any. Well, is Bill here? Is Bill trying to do this, Margie?
Yes, he's sitting here.
Okay, so he can lose faster than all of us.
Something.
What did he say?
I told him to say something, so
He said something, yeah.
You said something. yeah.
My second Zoom of the evening full of women.
Well,
Hey, it's your harem. Why not? Come on in.
Aaron, I got a dog too that's a female.
you're outnumbered. You can't just stop fighting it. You're outnumbered.
I think they'll protest too loudly. He loves it.
So now Anita has joined us and Anita Peterson, correct, Anita?
Yes,
Okay, so you know the routine of eating fruit in the morning and then let it digest in 20 minutes and then you have your latte?
yes.
Okay, so you know about the latte. What's the milk you choose?
The unsweetened soy organic.
Yeah, that's the one I like. And you put cinnamon and cayenne pepper in it?
Haven't for a long time, but I've just started doing that.
Yeah, because now we know people like Juanita, she cannot do cayenne pepper, because why? Your throat closes up or something, right?
The nightshade plant, I can't do it either.
And I,
But-
was it. I was putting it in everything and it don't
Ah.
work.
Well, you probably overdid it, Missy. But the thing is, it's a thermogenic. So Anita, go ahead and sprinkle a little, just a dash in there and cinnamon. Juanita, can you do cinnamon?
I can use cinnamon. I usually use pumpkin pie spice because that's what I have.
Okay, somehow Joellen likes that.
I love pumpkin pie spice.
It's good for the seasons too, the holiday seasons. But when you do the latte, how many scoops of the peptides are you
Two.
using? Some people are doing the osolene. Juanita, you're doing 3? How many?
I do 2 and sometimes more.
I do 2 or 2.5.
Joellen says she does 3. Yeah,
Twice a day, 3.
yeah. What about you, Sharon?
What are we talking? Oh, how much Osaline?
Are we keeping you up? What's going on here? Honest to God. What?
Jesus.
Juanita, get up. Okay, we're talking about Osolane, or there's another peptide product that's on the recommended list. But the one that is my favorite is the Osolane because it has sialic acid in it and it's got the lecithin. How many scoops do you put into your latte?
Sometimes 2, or always at least 2, sometimes 3.
Okay, good. Michelle, what are you doing? 2 or 3?
Always 2 and sometimes more. Sometimes I'll just have 2 lattes, so then I have 4.
At the same
What?
time.
Like I'll have more than 1 latte.
Oh, in the
So
morning?
I put 2 in each.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so then after that, we all go into our protein and vegetables. Okay, now I posted today because what was her name? She keeps asking a lot of questions. She's new and she's going to be very successful because she wants this to work, but she says she's getting overwhelmed. I said it's different, but it's not difficult.
Mhm.
It's like, how many of you guys can drive a stick shift?
Yeah.
How easy was it to learn how to drive a stick shift?
No,
Joellen.
It's not that easy.
My husband taught me in San Francisco in a VW van. At the
Oh
top
my
of-
God, no way.
up and down the
I
hill.
learned in the Adirondacks in the mountains, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
stopped at a stoplight and I rolled back into a
Yeah.
tractor trailer.
Oh, oh.
I never
the-
did that again.
The fear of just going out by yourself and knowing if you're stuck, can't find it, grind it. And, oh my God, are you kidding me? He goes, you wanted to learn, we're on Hill Avenue going down. It was like this. But my point is, it's like a bike too, but after we learned how to drive a stick shift, I haven't driven a stick shift in ages. Not too long ago, I got into one and I was right back onto it. I knew exactly how to drive a stick shift. Okay.
And then when you find that sweet spot where when you finally figured out how to do it right, it's
Yeah,
like, yes.
yeah. And you're like a drummer, it's ambidextrous.
Where you're not hopping down the road, you mean?
Right.
That's
And getting whiplashes.
Yeah.
That's
I
what,
had an uncle that never learned how to drive. He was always doing that. Not that-
horrible. Oh, well, I had a dear friend, I still do, but he moved to Texas, he got married, but we had a band together and we sang so good together. And we were working Caesar's Palace? No, we were working the Tropicana. Where were we? Somewhere, MGM Grand. And so he decided he was going to drive me home after the gig. We closed down that night. So he drives me home. But, we're listening to music really, really loud. And the next thing I know, I'm like this, What? I go, what the hell are you doing? And he's playing, he was playing drums with, he's tapping on the steering wheel and his foot was the bass drum. And then I'm like, dude, get off the drum set and just drive, you're killing me. But what my point is, flush your fat for good needs to be habitual rituals so that it's natural. It's natural to ride a bike. It's natural to drive a stick shift now for all of us after you learn. And flush your fat for good needs to be like Joellen, you've been doing this 7 years. It should be second nature for you. So what you have to do is really tighten it up, because if you have to lose, you've probably gone through stress. You're going through an awful lot of what's going on. Okay, probably is a stupid word.
Yeah.
But that means now you can take your attention off, not all of it, but you can take your attention off everything you've been doing and put a little on you, because that means the attention on you is going to make you really fine tune what you've been doing. How much do you
The self-care was what went out the window during the
Right.
last year. I was good up until last year, but we ran into Bob has a head injury. I don't know if you know, he fell and he hit his head and now he's got Lewy body dementia, which causes a part of his brain to not work right, which is the part that forms sentences. And he's lost his short-term memory.
Okay.
And that's been for almost 4 years now. And it was okay, but then I found out that he had remortgaged our house and put a balloon payment on it before we were married. And it came due in March.
Okay,
And then I
that'll
found
give you gastrointestinal problems right
I
there.
applied for help, and I applied to get a mortgage, and I found out that he hadn't paid taxes in 5 years before he fell. So just a little bit of stress in the family. And
Yeah.
that's what I noticed I was still sticking to the fruit and the latte and doing my egg muffins and things pretty good, but the weight was coming on from the stress. You know, my
Right,
body just
exactly.
wasn't processing it.
Because the
So-
stress stops you from digesting.
Yep. And yet
Michelle?
everything's working well. But I'm back to the phase one. I'm back to boot camp with the yogurt, the turkey broth. I'm going right back to square one for at least, I've got a 90-day plan. We're just starting. Some of you are on it. And for Manatech. And that 90 days is going to be my boot camp for Flush the Fat too. I must be laser focused on self-care
Yeah.
and business
And
care.
we talked about this last week, and we were really talking a lot about it last year because I kept noticing their attention on their health and what they need to do for self-care went out the window, and people just could not focus on themselves. They couldn't, the fear was getting to them over issues. Where do I go? What can I do? What's going to happen? All of this completely took attention off of who we are and what we need to do for ourselves. Because it's like in the airplane. If if there's a problem, you put the oxygen on you first and then on your kid or someone else. The bottom line is we all we became victims of that situation. That I stayed as strong as I could, but I noticed what was happening with all of you. I watched the Facebook page, I got calls, I got emails, I got messages, and I realized what's happened with you, Joellen, is not just the outside world is crazy, your
Leslie
inside.
or Vince and Leslie Mediato.
Good alarm. I was like, where am I supposed to be somewhere? So, but Joellen, your inside world is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you can do, the most important thing you can do is start focusing on yourself and your needs. That doesn't mean you take it away from others, but you completely erased yourself out of the equation. And so that's good. So now we know we just have to keep pulling you in.
I've got all the structure. I got into cookies and stuff because everybody felt sorry for us over Christmas and loaded us up with cookies. And I'm a sucker for cookies. And my dog is getting pretty old and he doesn't like to take long walks. He used to take half-hour walks and he'd run me. But now it's a struggle to get him out and get him back in. And oops, stink bug on my shoulder. Thank you, stink bug. It's cold outside. All the
My
other
agent.
bugs are coming in.
Well, here's the deal. You know what has happened. And as life starts to revolve around things, then other things happen. And you have to stop for a minute and look at your life and go, okay, this isn't working now. This isn't working here. What do I have to do to get myself back on track and be rocking and rolling? Even though you are a major caretaker and you have these other problems, all of that needs to be secondary to what you have to do for yourself. Or you're not going to
That's
make
why
it.
I'm back. That's why I'm back.
Okay, so now we know how to kick your butt. The thing is with Juanita, she keeps letting her dog get fat. And
Ah, is that it? The dog. You're not fat. The dog is. I see.
no, the dog's fat too. Therefore, she needs to walk with the dog.
I do, but I have a question.
Okay.
How much damage am I doing if I drink a cup of coffee before, just coffee, before I do fruit?
How much damage? Well, just what's happening is it's going to instigate your peristalsis and you're not going to allow the fruit to do what it needs to do to be it's like fructose oligosaccharide. It's the food for the probiotics that you took the night before. So you're taking just plain coffee without the milk or anything like that?
I put soy milk in it, but that's it, just soy milk.
Yeah, but what you're
How do
doing.
you want to do that?
Yeah,
Because I'm a coffee drinker.
Yeah, but a lot of us are, but what is the issue with not eating fruit right away?
Yeah, what's the problem with waiting
Or
24?
fruit when I get up in the morning.
What?
I'm not ready for fruit.
Well, how much do you have to lose, Miss Juanita?
Well, probably 20 pounds. I have a dress hanging on the.
What do you have to do to get ready to eat fruit?
Hungry, and I'm not.
Just eat it. Fix it and eat it. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
don't worry about whether you're
Juanita, I'm never hungry in the morning, but I've been doing this for 7 years, and I don't think I've missed a day getting up and doing the fruit. I used to cut it the night before into small pieces, but Bob can only have finger food now. So now I just get up first thing in the morning, cut the apple up in chunks for him that he can handle, cut the pear up, and within 5 minutes, I'm eating my fruit while I'm making my coffee. I found out that I didn't need to drink the coffee, I needed to smell the coffee.
Very
If I drink
good
the coffee,
point.
if I
Very,
drink the coffee first, it makes my stomach acidic. You
Right.
don't want acid to digest fruit. You want alkalinity. The fruit helps create that nice alkaline ash in your body.
And
But
won't
smell it.
caffeine also curb your appetite? So if you're not hungry to begin with, you're going to make yourself less hungry for the fruit.
Yep, yep.
well,
There's a bunch
both
stuff
of those
there.
points, both those girls had it down. Yeah, Michelle, that's what happens. You're going to lose your appetite. The acidity, she kind of squelches that with the milk. But what you've done now is you've taken in
Protein.
a little bit of liquid protein, and you're not allowing nature's scrub brush to do its job. That's why we eat fruit in the morning. That's why God gave us all this fruit, because of the fibers, because of the natural sugar, because of the vitamins and minerals in it. And you've got to get the 20 off. So you can have that 20 off. You just have to change your ways. You're going to be stubborn with yourself about that. But until you do habitual ritual, and the first thing in your mouth is fruit. And that's why fresh fruit, the fresh fruit is exactly what our bodies are craving. Real, natural, fresh fruit. Everything that God put into that plant, the first thing, you're breaking your fast. And what's in that fruit is going to go into your gut. And within minutes, it's going to start feeding the probiotics, the bacteroides, so that it can get ready to extract the nutrients from the rest of the food you're pulling down. Biochemistry, physiology. So what's the damage you're doing?
A lot.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
And
And I
mark it
think,
on the calendar.
Barbara, did you just join us?
I
Yes.
did. The meeting ended, so I joined.
Oh, yay. Were you successful?
Yes, I was. I had 5 new potential rowers sign up. So trying to keep a team together because of COVID and everything else. So
What's the sport?
crew,
Ah,
rowing.
Rowing?
Crew.
Where do you live, Barbara?
In Northern Virginia.
Oh, too far. I love rowing. But we only have ice here, so I can't row.
Well, it's my daughter's high school. I had president of crew dropped in my lap, despite being an IT program who has no time. And COVID, the last 2 years really did a lot to the numbers. So I'm really trying hard to keep the legacy going for all of them.
No, it's a worthy thing. It's a very worthy thing, and they need somebody that cares.
Yes.
You know, all the girls' sports teams do.
Well,
So,
and it's a college scholarship opportunity. So,
well, for you, you have had a lot going on, and you're
Yeah.
very busy, and you have a lot of stress.
yeah.
Okay, and we've been talking about that because you do your fruit in the morning.
I try my best. I'm gonna get into my cadence, Jackie. I've told myself stop screwing around, to be blunt. And it was interesting, like I said, I watched the podcast today and it was killing me because one of the things that I'm having issues with is especially my chin is always dry and flaky and breaking out. And I'm like, what is going on with my skin? And you know, as you and Dr. Vicky were talking about, your health comes through your skin.
Well, yeah, it's called, newsflash, diet
Yeah,
and stress, your pH balance, your toxicities. You know, when men are crying because they're extremely upset, there's toxins in their tears. When they've tested men when they're crying for joy, then they were pure. When you sweat, your urine comes out in your sweat. And a lot of people that if they have like eczema or different things, it's because certain things in their urine, as we excrete our urine, it's because there's toxins in there. We don't keep our feces in our body. It's to be eliminated. And that's why your pipes are your gut is the pipes of life. I've always said this, to keep it clean. That's why fruit is nature's scrub brush, Juanita. And you wake up and that's what you're going to do. You have two things to do and we're not going to let you go. You're going to eat fruit in the morning and then you're going to walk your dog. The thing is, that's what you have to do, right? You got your hair fixed up all cute. So now you got to work on doing that. Michelle, do we have to call you every day and say, did you take your enzymes?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm telling Michael on you, Michelle. I'm telling Michael. I'm making a note of it. Michael,
Oh,
get her.
speaking of Michael, I have a question. Because I was on his call last night and he was talking about how not to heat Nutravirus. And so when I don't take Nutravirus, I take like everything else, but is there a problem with putting the Amber Toast Life in the pan when I'm warming up my latte with the protein powder?
You just
Like-
don't want to cook it. These are foods. Nutrient.
Put it on at the end. Put it in at the end.
I'll just put it in the cup then. And
I mean,
I
if you
just won't
in
warm it up and just let the,
everyone did. If you put it in the cup and pour a little bit of coffee in it and then whisk it really good, it helps to, because if you put all the hot liquid in it right away, it can get clumpy and lumpy and it's like a nightmare to dissolve.
right,
if you
yeah.
A little bit, it's kind of like making
Yeah.
Making
Make
a
it
roux.
taste first, yeah.
right.
Yep.
Like you want to do a little bit and then break it up and then pour the rest in and you're good.
Just always remember that.
Are you leaving, Juanita?
You're going, and so is Sharon, right?
Where are you going? Oh, you got kryptonite tonight?
Yep.
Okay. Love you guys.
Bye.
Get Juanita to be accountable in the morning while she's cutting her fruit up. That's a great time for your accountability calls. Hold her
Exactly.
accountable.
So what are the
And on
accountability?
that note, she just left.
All right, question. What are the accountability calls?
Some of us are working on a 90-day sprint in our business. You with Manatech?
I need to re-sign. I need to
You should do
upgrade.
it. Good
Right.
stuff happening. You should be on the call on Wednesday, Saturday. It's really
Well,
going to
but
be
with
spectacular.
accountability, it's just for Flush Your Fat, the
Like a buddy.
accountability is you're accountable. Yeah, we're
Right.
buddies and we're helping each other. You are accountable for your own well-being.
Like I had when I joined several years ago when she got us signed up. Okay, got it.
Well,
Okay.
no,
We're also doing a 90-day sprint, and so some of us are gonna double up on the Flush Your Fat and the sprint at the same time because
Oh,
we're laser focused on both our business and ourselves. We want to
Got it.
grow both healthy. So
Got
this
just
is the
started it.
year, Barbara, this is the year to get your body where you want it.
yes, Jack. Because you know what? My daughter graduates high school next year, and then it's my turn.
No, but it's your turn now.
No, I
now,
mean, whereas I want to get me ready so that
Oh,
I'm
yeah. So then you
Right.
can, whoever shows up, right, I get it.
Right. because I've been focused on being mom, as a single parent
I know, me too.
thing. But I'm done.
Okay, so, but how much weight do you want to lose?
Hmm.
And we go by inches, but just
I
about,
know, but I mean, really, 60.
okay. So we have 60, Michelle, are you like 40?
I don't know. I should probably weigh myself again. I haven't weighed myself since like August.
But it's just a ballpark because the scale is not gonna make.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I dropped like 4 to 5 sizes, but I haven't weighed myself. So
80,
maybe
60.
Anita, how much do you have
probably
to get
40
off?
at least.
I need 25 off.
Okay, good. So Margie, you're almost there. Don't you have like 10 and that's it?
Probably about 10, maybe 15 because of Christmas.
Yeah. Um,
Jackie, are we allowed to do the Wednesday call? Or do we have to sign up for something else to do that?
I don't know what the Wednesday call
What's
is.
the Wednesday call?
Isn't Powell, God,
Jennifer
what's,
Howe?
yeah, remember the 100 pounds or more call? Is that still going on?
Oh, no, those are not. No,
Okay.
but you don't, we're just doing Tuesday nights and we're
Okay.
staying accountable and we're all in boot camp. If somebody's in phase 2, I don't mind working with phase 2 either. But you guys, this is the beginning of the year. And every week, you guys, I'm going to make you stay focused. And if you have to take an enzyme to your hand, the back of your hand, or you put it wherever you need to, I just want you to see what happens to you when you are diligent with your enzymes. Double up. Are you doing the GI-zyme? Are you doing other enzymes? What enzymes do you have? Michelle? No, the dog. Michelle.
So I take my OSP packet, I take 2 more plus, I take the Sport, I take the Manaclens, I take the Immunostart.
Okay, hold it.
Sorry,
Stop.
not Immunostart,
but
the
wait.
omega-3 with
When
D3.
do you take the Manaclens?
I take all of that at the same time,
Okay, bad.
and then I take the cleanse again at night.
Okay, no, you're not putting Manaclens in with other stuff or food. The purpose of Manaclens is to swell up, and it's got essential fatty acids, essential fibers, it's got probiotics, it's got all kinds of things in it for it to move through your gut through the whole night, and you allow the probiotics to get in there. So if you're going to do Manaclens, and that might be the one thing that's stopping your bowel movements, because you're throwing stuff in there that's swelling up, and then it's the purpose of swelling up is to clean the whole side of your gut walls, all the walls. So we have to fine tune everything. The bottom
So
line,
when should it be taken?
right before bed, what you're going to do is, how many do you take?
No, but I thought that, I'm not sure, but I thought you're supposed to take 2 twice a day.
No. Not on flush your fat.
Oh,
It's not slush your fat, it's flush your fat.
But, okay, but
I don't
aside
care
from
what, I
flush-
don't care what it
okay.
says on the bottom. I don't care. Because I'm working with biochemistry right now and physiology. If you
Okay.
take 3 to 4 right before bed with a large glass of water, maybe about an hour before bed.
Mhm.
And then you do your probiotics, whatever probiotics you're doing, GI Pro, you could be
But
doing
not at the same time.
No, you want those probiotics at the very night before your head hits the pillow so that they can go down and start colonizing.
Okay.
So do the Manaclens maybe an hour before you got to really try this, because
Okay.
we have to kick you off the plateau. So, and there is a Jackie's Jumpstart in the file in the Facebook room, but for right now, if you do 3 to 4 Manaclens with a large glass of water an hour before bed, and then you do whatever probiotics you're doing at night, double up. You could, are you doing Natron Trinity? Are you doing GI Pro?
No, I do ours, the GI Pro, but I really don't do it, but I have it.
That made sense. So
Yeah, I know.
do the GI, double up on your GI Pro, and you do 3 to 4 Manaclens. And so that means an hour before bed, you're going to do the Manaclens, then your GI Pro will be after that. Then for a week, I just want you to do this for a week. Before every protein meal, you're doing the GI-zyme.
Mhm.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
Barbara, there's,
Wait, can I just ask one question?
yeah,
Do you want me to do it that way with the cleanse and everything, even though, in the morning, I have no problem with a good poop.
Yeah.
It's
I want
just
you-
that that's the only one that I usually do a day.
Yes, because you're constipated. Your bowels are not moving. Yes, you have no problem because you're still, you slept all night.
Right, I just didn't know if,
Yeah, no, I want to see you do 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. Ideal is 4.
Wow. That would be something.
How
Very
do
happy.
you know-
I
how do you
can't
know,
imagine
Barbara?
it before like the one in the morning.
Listen, the thing is, when you say you've plateaued, the first thing I always go to are how your bowel movements. And you need help with moving your bowels. Your peristalsis, your haustras, that's, you see that when you look at dog turds, you can see the sections. And the thing is, that's the haustras. So, kind of clamps it down and moves it, and they're muscles. So your muscles in your gut, in your intestinal tract, are not moving your foods through. One of the reasons why sometimes you might not be hungry, because you haven't eliminated enough to be hungry.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, but we got what, 40, 50 pounds we have to get off here.
I know.
So we need the body to start working. And by doing that, the energy in the mitochondria is going to rev it up and burn it up. So you're walking. I bet you had better bowel movements when you were walking.
Well, yeah, it did seem better then. And I also felt like everything was coming off, more
Yeah.
regularly and rapidly.
Okay, so you got to get back to that.
So, I
With
mean,
Barbara, you have to do the fruit in the morning. I don't care
Yeah.
what happens in life. You have to do, apples, whatever low glycemic. Look in the back of the workbook. If you don't have it, get it again and look at it.
And the worst thing is, Jackie, I have the apples. It's taking it, not getting this right away and getting that first.
Okay, what's in this?
Oh, coffee.
Okay, same thing with Juanita's problem. But you know what? Right now, it's time for change.
I know.
Everything we have to do change.
And I have a question, because I was listening to you, the talk radio thing while I was also working, and then somebody interrupted me. Was there a comment about, testosterone versus, just because as we age, as women, things change, and noticing more of the facial hair issues? Is there anything in what we're doing that helps with that?
Well, it's about anti-aging.
Right.
As you get older, your hormones change.
Right.
You go into ovarian failure, which means where's your estrogen going to be put out?
Can I share a story?
Yeah, hold on. Do you have the answer to that?
So is
Well,
that
Where
do.
is that? You're still making estrogen, right?
right?
Where is it coming out of? Because it's not coming out of your ovaries.
Right.
Have you gone into menopause?
It's hard to answer that question because I had to have an ablation years ago.
Okay, I understand, but how old are you?
58.
Okay, you're a baby. So, but chances are you would have gone into menopause. So you still make estrogen. Where is it being put out in your body?
I don't know.
Okay, thank you. I don't know where. Your adrenals.
Oh,
If you're stressed,
well, yeah.
Flatlined. They're flatlined.
yeah. And what happens is that's why you need more plus. Okay, you've got to eliminate what, Margie?
What if you don't have ovaries? I
Like
had
me.
a hysterectomy.
Yeah, it's still coming out of your adrenals. Men don't have ovaries, but they have estrogen, but it's about adrenals. Therefore, it's all about stress. It's all about adrenal failure, or you flatline, or your hormones are going to be all messed up. If you drink things like coffee with pesticides and it's not organic, or you don't, that's the most sprayed crop, and the pesticides they use on coffee it is known for creating havoc with all your hormones, but there's a lot of things that have to do with being overweight, and you're being stressed right there. You don't breathe right, you're not eating right, and therefore your hormones are getting out of balance. And this is all about anti-aging. We all want to live long and prosper. We don't want to live long and suffer. And we don't want to get old before our time. You know, I mean, if you're a lover of life, you know, who wants to check out right now? So,
Right.
you know, it's sort of like your car. You know, we're going to take a trip and we have to go through the desert and we're going to get way far and go for a really fun place. But we're not going to check the oil or the gas or have it tuned up, or how are the tires. And then we're in the middle of the night in the desert and the whole damn thing, you know, takes a powder on you and you're stuck in the desert. That's your body. You know, if we can get another car, we can't really get another body right now. So
Right.
we have to treat our body like the gift that God gave us. Barbara?
Yes, Jackie, I hear you.
Can I share my story real quick?
Yes,
I
and your
think Michelle
skin
knows it.
issue is, are you on?
I share your story many times, Joe Ellen. I do. I tell a lot of people your story.
I want to hear this. I want to just say one last thing to Barbara. Are you on GLA?
I need to.
No.
Okay,
Never
don't
mind.
worry about it. Go to the website and get the GLA.
I have my GLA, I have my CLA, I have my OSP.
Oh, okay. So take the GLA.
I have my GI the probiotics.
Okay, but basically what the GLA will do for your skin is miracle. But to get the weight off and to eat straight and then do it right, you know, your skin is the largest filtering organ in the body. And if you see things coming out of your skin, it's not supposed to be in the body. And that's why you're going to see that there. Okay, Joellen, go for it. And I think Gail.
Hi, Gail.
Yay!
Great.
You joined us. Did you have a hard time getting on? Everybody else did.
No, I've had a million things going on, and I was just finally able to get on Facebook. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't think you guys would still be going on. So
yeah, we had to go a little overtime because we had a problem. So perfect. Go ahead, Joellen. What?
Okay. When I was 35, I had the big C, the other big C, ovarian type. And my mother had died of the exact same thing when I was 19. My youngest was 17 when I was diagnosed, and my mother lasted 8 weeks after they got their hands on her. They cut, burned, and poisoned her, a woman who'd raised 11 kids. I'm number 10 of 11. And I threw up in the face of the doctor when they told me, because I went through it with my mother. But I realized it was my body rejecting what they were doing. I did have to have surgery, but they sent me to a dietitian at Sloan Kettering. I try not to cry because she's my angel. And she took one look at my blood work and stuff and said, honey, you're dying of malnutrition. The cancer is eating up all your nutrition. You need to run, not walk out of this hospital. This was Monday. They wanted to operate on Friday. She said, you won't make it through the anesthesia. If you tell them I told you, I'll get fired. But she says, you need to get some meat on those bones. Now, she was about a 300-pound Jamaican woman. And I'm like, some meat on my bones. Okay, but, you know, they never said that to my mother. They never gave her any of that hope. I'm a traditional background in medicine. I dropped out of in my third year because I ran into pharmaceutical companies and I didn't like them after my mother. So fast forward, I went to a health food store in my town. They introduced me to Dr. Bernie Siegel, who was speaking at Omega, which is, 15 minutes from my house, Omega Institute. And I told him what was going on with me, and he introduced me to a friend, Michio Kushi, who we learned about macrobiotics and all eating the fresh foods cooked every day. It had a lot of carbs in it, but I needed some carbs for energy, so I had brown rice in little bite-sized chunks every day. No carrots, they were too sugary. Shorten it real quick. I went back to Sloan Kettering. I went back to Sloan Kettering. The doctor was so rude to me. I fired them and went to Albany Medical Center, which is north of me here in New York, and found some very young, innovative doctors. And this one doctor took a look at my blood work and he said, "Ooh, this is going to be tough. Your mother took DES. You cannot have hormone replacement. You're 35 years old and you're going to go into menopause," because they had to be a radical hysterectomy, ovaries, the whole thing. Overnight, I went from this vibrant, fertile woman to menopause. And for the next 10 years, till I was, 12 years, until I was about 48, my skin was getting thin, my hair was falling out. I'd take a shower and I'd have fistfuls of hair, and my skin was getting like crepe paper. And my daughter used to pinch my skin and write my name, like the letter J, and it would stay there for like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
When I was 48, I met Manatech, and I made fun of it because I had a background in science and medicine, and my husband got started on it, and he would hand me the products every morning, and he'd start to talk, and I'd say, "Shh, just give me the products and a glass of water." Shut up. And so I took the products for a while, and he started to have some profound results, but I wasn't noticing anything. And about 2 months into taking the products, 3 months, it was March, a friend of ours was really ill with an immune problem. So he bundled up all our products and gave it to him and promptly forgot to order more. And I wasn't an associate. I refused to give him my social security number or anything. And I ran out of products. And within 2 days, I woke up in the morning and felt like somebody ran me over with a steamroller.
Oh, wow.
Caught my attention. I'm like, must have been something. There must be something to these products. And I started paying attention. We got the products again. Took about 10 days. I couldn't wait to get them. Now I was eager. And I started journaling what I was doing. And it was a month and a half later, we had a big meeting in Texas, and I went and had a bone density scan done. I went with him to keep him from buying the company. He literally was going to Texas to buy the company. He wanted to be an owner of the company or a partner. And I went to keep him from doing anything foolish and went shopping at Neiman Marcus. But to fill the day, they were doing bone scans, DEXA scans, and I'd never had one. And when I went to get the reading, the doctor there said, "Wow, how old are you?" And I said, 48. And he says, "You've got the bones of a woman who's closer to 60. He says, "What is your diet like?" I said, "Well, I've taken the Manatech products for a few months." He says, "But do you have any other things?" I said, "Well, I did have a hysterectomy." And he says, "So what hormone replacement?" I said, "None." He says, "That's the problem. Your bones are getting weaker. You're getting osteopenia, all this stuff." And so I started taking more plus because he said it would help me have strong bones. What he didn't tell me was it would clear up my grumpy mornings, and it would let me walk into a room and remember why. And my hair started to grow long and fast and glorious, and my fingernails started to grow like crazy, and my skin started to get vibrant, and my skin on my face.
Yeah, your
So
face is great.
And I'm 74 years old.
God
I've
bless
been
you.
using Manatech products for 24 years, almost 25, faithfully, and I've never felt better. But I do take a lot of plus because I can't take the hormone replacements. If I don't think I should tell you how many I take.
No. I mean, I recommend 8 a day, and I've told Michelle.
I have been. I started
take
doing
twice
my
as many.
four in the morning and 4 at night. But Joellen, then the last part of that story is the next time you had the DEXA scan, that you were like in your 60s, and then you had the bone density of like a 30-year-old.
I've been getting my bone density until Gil retired. I now have the bones of a woman in her 30s. 36 was my last reading. So
Well, here's the deal, though. This is why. What did Hippocrates say?
let your
Let your
medicine be
food-
your
Let your food be your medicine, your medicine be your food. And our foods are deficient.
Mhm.
So therefore, we have to supplement. And I take a lot more than just the Manatech products. Manatech is an incredible company, and I wind up taking other products as well. because our food is getting worse and worse and worse. Even if it's organic, they're still picked green. And or the organic farms are put next to the commercial farms. It's your digestion, absorption, and elimination is key. And what you're digesting, what are the foods you're eating to digest, so that when it's being absorbed, those nutrients have to go to our hair, skin, nails, heart, bone, everything, our brain. We have to feed our bodies properly so it'll perform. And when
Okay, where is plus? What is plus under? What
okay,
gives-
plus is, this is what plus is. And we're gonna go a few more minutes.
on the website. That's why I'm trying to.
Oh, no, here's the deal. And I'll put it up in the Facebook room too, for everybody to see. Plus is from Diascorea villosa. Sorry.
Mild Mexican
Pull that out of my
yam.
mouth. Plus is Diascorea villosa, which is a bitter potato. I spoke with the man that discovered it in a big shack in the hills of Mexico that gave it to Manatech. And when they started testing this little bitter root potato, turned out that it is supports your entire endocrine system, from pineal gland, how you sleep, your thyroid, which is your, really helping and connected to your ovaries as well, your pancreas, which regulates your blood sugar, your adrenals, which everything with your adrenals, if you can support your body with your energy and your body with your ability to have stamina, it's all dealing with your adrenals. If you're stressed out, you don't even know if you're having adrenal problems. So plus is a food, and we don't eat bitter potatoes. We don't eat Diascorea villosa. We don't eat wild Mexican yam. And that's where you get the best of the Diascorea, which is going to go support your entire hormone system. So I take 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon. I've had people on 12. I've had people on 16, not long term, because and I can see why, Joellen, you would take that much, because, if you've got 100 guys breaking down your door, you better put 400 guys inside to hold it up. So you want to really support your body's ability to function. With the losing of the fat, you want to burn the fat. That's why we have to go into nutritional ketosis. In phase 2, you are not in nutritional ketosis. That's why this is boot camp. You're in phase 1. You have to turn your body on to burning your own fat, because fat for fuel is energy. And that's going to assist in not only burning the fat, but it's also going to give you the strength for what you have to do. You have to supplement. There's just no ifs, ands, buts about it. And you will see the results of when you go to eat and how you eat. That's why we need the digestive enzymes. We need the probiotics. We have to have those. End of story. And as we get older, I'm 69. I'm going to be 70 in April. I know what I have to accomplish in order for me to continue to handle. I got 3 grandkids now. I've got, life is not on the big golf course for me. It's very, very busy. And I think that with us focusing on taking care of ourselves, Barbara, with us doing what we have to do, whether we want to do it or not, because once you continue to do the program, it becomes habitual ritual, and it trains the brain. I could not no longer
drop the ball. And now I'm like, what the heck? Why did I let this happen again?
You know what? There's a homeless guy down on 3rd Street when my husband was rebuilding the promenade, and he had to relocate the homeless people. And so he told me to get bags for everybody out of my closet. And he'd call me, he was very upset. Jack, go into all the closets, get coats, get sweaters, get blankets. I need to give it to these people because I have to relocate them. And there was like about 30 or 40 of them, right? So he had to move them away, and he got the bags that I put together. And when the homeless guy that was leader of this pack reached out to get them, on his wrist was written, "Cry later." Cry later. This guy came from prison. It was prison ink, you know, and he had been through it all, and now he's homeless, and now he's being relocated. So the bottom line is, this is January 2022. We're not thinking about what we did. We're not thinking why we did it. We know why we did it. We know our weaknesses. But this is where we are all going to change. We're going to grab a hold of ourselves. Joellen, you've got to get back on point for yourself. And that's why you're here. I know that. But I know what you've been through because I'm a 2-time widow. You know what I had to go through. So, and with my first husband was lung and brain cancer. You're not even thinking of it. You don't even know if you just ate, But we've all had tragedies. We've all had issues. Michelle, you tripped and fell and hurt your ankle. Anita, you're part of all of us in which we are going to stay on track. We're going to get up. We're going to eat the fruit. We're going to do our lattes. Gail, do you know how to do the latte?
Okay, I'm so glad you asked because I'm dying to go on the diet, and I've been buying I've been buying the meat and I bought the pan and getting ready to do it. And I just put this on my I hesitated to do it, but I just did it. I just wrote it. And then I saw this link. I am waiting for my chart and my workbook. And I ordered the chart 10 days ago and I still haven't got it. The at a glance chart, because I'm a planner and it's very overwhelming to me. So I want all my little pieces into place. So I'm waiting. I'm so frustrated because I don't
know. Why is that? Is it probably the holiday? Is that what happened?
Maybe. I ordered it January 1st. And here's the thing. We had a lot of snow here. I don't know. Maybe that was a problem. It cleared up. So I'm hoping it comes through.
Okay, look, it's coming.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you this. I know I'm like you. I'm a Taurus, I'm a planner. And I need, when my kids would say, where does this go? I go, where it lives.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to eat fruit.
Well, I have not. God, Jackie. Yes, I do eat fruit, but my fruit, here's the thing. I haven't got enough fruit well, that's not true. I do have fruit. I have apples. Yeah.
Okay. End of story. It has to be low glycemic, and apple is low glycemic. You'll see that on the charts. Yeah. So good. You're going to wake up and you're going to have your apples. Okay. Then, and later on, you can get your blueberries, you can get frozen cherries, you can get mangoes, you can get kiwi, you can get everything except for pineapple, watermelon, and bananas mostly. But you'll see that on the chart. Then you're going to wait 20 minutes and you're going to go into a latte. Do you know how to make the latte?
Well, I have the book. The book. But here's the thing. The book doesn't stay open very easily. I know it's stupid. It's all dumb stuff. But, I have the book. I could do it.
But you're here for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like I have to hog tie you.
Well, you know how many questions I've been asking on Facebook. I've been driving.
It's fine.
I'm the only one asking questions on Facebook.
Oh, well, but the bottom line is there is no stupid question.
Well, I don't care. I don't really care anyway.
No, you're doing good. I like it.
We're always asking questions here.
Your questions inspire me to get back in this, and I've been involved for 7 years. I mean, I do it but I wasn't doing it faithfully. So I'm back on phase
Oh.
1. So your questions are very inspiring.
Oh, thank you. Gail.
Please
And that's-
keep asking.
That's,
asking.
that's the definition of a doctor, is a teacher. And the
Oh.
teachers learn by teaching. So
I
what-
appreciate you.
I want to ask you, okay, first of all, how much weight do you want to lose?
Oh, gosh, girl. I would like to lose, I don't, I need to weigh myself because I've been avoiding the scale. I would say I want to lose 40 pounds.
Okay, what size are you in right now?
I don't know. I'm wearing leggings. I'm
Okay,
probably a 14,
Okay, and how tall are you?
5'4",
You look
5'4". Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So anyway,
You need to be like around 120.
no. That's way too skinny for me. If I was at I would look great 150 because 135, I was too skinny at 135.
Okay, so here's the deal. We don't care about pounds anyway.
Yeah,
It's about inches.
yeah, I know. Yeah,
But I'm just saying, your body will let you know
right,
where you're supposed to be.
right.
So I want you to get that chart. I want you to let me know tomorrow if it doesn't come, okay?
Okay.
But if not, I'll scan it and put it on the website for you,
Okay, well, Jackie, I'm gonna delete my post from Facebook because I don't want it to seem cranky.
You're
But I
not
would.
cranky.
Okay.
No. No.
I was just like, I can't. Where is it? I'm so frustrated. I just want to start this.
Oh,
document.
no, it frustrates me.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you think you have 40 pounds, is that what you just said, 40 pounds?
I think so. I need to get on the scale.
Whatever, it doesn't matter on the scale. It doesn't measure your bone and muscle, okay? So don't worry
Right.
about it. The scale's a liar.
What-
I just need
maybe-
a ballpark.
Maybe it's what size clothes you want to be in.
What, Barbara?
Maybe it's what size clothes do you want to be back in?
Well, yeah, that's right. What size clothes? I'd like to be in my clothes that I have. That's what I
We
like.
would like to see you in clothes.
I would like to be back in my clothes that I own.
My goal is-
Barbara's right though. If you have a certain size that you feel like
Right.
Michelle, she's gonna get back into that blue dress that makes.
Right, always that dress.
And as long as it's like, Margie, you had that cute dress in that picture. Is that the one you're working on?
Yes.
So we all know that.
Yeah.
We all know where we want to be, and we all have to look ourselves in the mirror and we have to be honest. You know, there's certain times when we kind of, yeah, I guess that's okay. No.
Maybe
look-
that's, Jackie, we can post the picture. Here's the dress I want to see myself in again.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good. And that is just like what Joellen said. It's helpful. It's all very, very helpful to know you're not struggling on your own. But if you stay strong with Bless Your Fat for Good, you don't struggle ever again because you have the blueprint. You know, when you go into, sometimes you can get out of control in phase 2 and you go, you know what? I think I've overdone it on the bread. I got to get back into phase 1. And you have the answers. That's the point. You have the answers. So I want to stop here for now because I want to make sure, Gail, you get that, your information.
Yeah.
But I want you to learn how to make the latte.
I know, I'm excited. I just bought my cinnamon. I'm in.
Okay.
I bought my soy milk. I'm in.
Okay, you're happening. What can I say? And any questions you have, we're all there for you.
Oh, thank you. I do appreciate you.
No, I think it's great because it's the beginning of the year and, it's synergistic where we're all together and we're all focused on making ourselves, improve with our health. And, you guys that are doing the Manatech thing, improve with your wealth. But the bottom line is we have to start taking care of ourselves. That doesn't mean we take our mind off of helping others, but we need to really pay attention to ourselves this year. And now's the start. Barbara, I'm going to have to kick your butt from time to time.
That's I'm hoping that you do, Jackie.
And what's worse is when Margie does it, because you don't expect it,
I got here after the meeting, so I'm in. I just sometimes get sidewinded.
No, you're not going to do that now because we can't. Okay, we cry
Right.
later. We focus. We get
Right.
accomplished. And then Anita, I hope you can get a camera so we can see you, but thank you for joining us and I hope we see you next week too. And I will have, I'm gonna make a whole new whatever. I'm gonna make sure you guys have the proper link. And Michelle,
I will find it.
you know how to do Mana Cleanse and the probiotics, and you know how to do the enzymes.
And so what do we need to do with Plus? Because I'm in the site. I still have I still did log in and it came up. So
Well,
how many?
why not, get a hold of me on Facebook and I'll take care of you.
And I need to ask you a couple other questions.
Okay, go ahead. I'm
Messenger. Through
we're,
Messenger.
we're gonna end the meeting tonight.
Okay.
But you can get in touch with me, just email me.
Email, yeah, on Messenger. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Messenger or flushyourfatforgood@gmail.
Okay. Will
Okay.
do.
Okay, guys. Thank you. for
Nice meeting you
much.
all.
Yeah,
Nice.
Thank you.
and we'll see
everybody.
you next
Bye.
week. Love you. Bye.
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 Bye.